Good morning, brothers and sisters, and welcome to this Sunday's reflection. Happy new month to all of you. Today is the first Sunday of the month. And today, the church celebrates the solemnity of all saints. The theme for our reflection today is, You are called to be a saint. What do we mean when we talk about saint? The word saint is an English word derived from the Latin sanctus, meaning holy. A saint, therefore, is a person who is considered holy or virtuous. And from the perspective of Christian faith, a saint is someone who is already in heaven. A saint is someone who has been sanctified by God, who has been made holy through the merits of Christ's sacrifice, as the letter to the Hebrews chapter 10 verse 10 tells us. There are two kinds of saints. Saints in potentiality and saints in actuality. Saints in potentiality are those saints who have the possibility or capability of reaching that fullness of profession of faith and that destination, which is to see God. They have that possibility, they have that capacity. And all Christians belong to this group living on earth. All Christians on earth, you and I, belong to this saints in potentiality. St. Paul, in his several letters to the different churches, underlines this particular point. He addresses his letters to Christians, calling them saints. In Romans chapter 1 verse 7, he addressed the letter to the church in Rome, to the saints. The same thing he does in 2 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 1, 1 Corinthians chapter 1 verse 2, Colossians chapter 1 verse 2, Ephesians 1 verse 1, and Philippians chapter 1 verse 1. In all these, Paul addresses his letter to the saints, to the Christian in these different churches. These are the group of saints we say saints in potentiality. They have the capability, the possibility to become fully saints. Then saints in actuality are those who have reached that fullness of life, who have attained that eternal destination, who are now in the presence of God. And those are the group of saints that we are celebrating today. The solemnity of all saints, all those in heaven. And the liturgy of the word today tells us about this. The first reading is taken from the book of Revelation, chapter 7 from verse 2 to 4 and 9 to 14. The author gives us a vision of a great multitude of people from different tribes, nations, language, and tongues, who are now in the presence of God. Those who have washed their robe in the blood of the Lamb. Uncountable. These are the saints that we are celebrating today. Those who are now in the presence of God. And the second reading from the first letter of St. John, chapter 3 from verse 1 to 3. It reminds us of God's love for us. And at the same time, telling us that our destination is to see this God face to face, to see God as He is. And those who see God as He really is are the saints that we are celebrating today. What did they do? The gospel of today answers that question. Matthew chapter 5, from verse 1 to 12. It gives us the Beatitudes, the way, the expectation of Christians, what we are supposed to do in order to enjoy this eschatological beatitude, this fullness of the promises that are bound or that have been kept for those who remain faithful to the Lord. There are two kinds of these saints in heaven. Some are canonized by the church and some are not canonized. Of course, the canonized saints are few, because like the Bible tells us, there are multitude uncountable in heaven. But the church only canonized some to give us as example, as models, as those to imitate in our own struggle. My dear brothers and sisters, though we are saints in potentiality, we can lose that potency if we don't remain focused. But when we remain focused, we will reach that actuality to be among the saints that we are celebrating today. These saints are human beings like us. They went through the difficulties, the struggles, the worries, the anxieties, the failures and successes, the victories of life. They went through all these, but they have been found worthy in the presence of God. So as we celebrate them, they give us hope that we too can be where they are by following the path they have traced for each and every one of us. So let us remain focused and know our calling. You are called to become a saint. Nurture this gift that God has given us. We are saints in potentiality, but we must reach that actuality. This is our calling. And may the Lord bless you on this day and grant you the grace to live life worthy of that eternal destination, where we will see God as He is and will rejoice forever and ever. May the Lord bless you now and always, through Christ our Lord. Happy Sunday to all of you.